What's going on, Genius Nation? Welcome to a brand new day, a day that you've never seen before, a day that you will never see again. As I always tell you, every day is a gift waiting for you to open it up and take advantage of it. Welcome to the Daily Genius. I'm super excited as always that you're here rocking with us. Go ahead and let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. I just always love to know where we are connecting from around the world. I got my Instagram family here. I got YouTube family here. I got our private Facebook group, Genius Nation, in the house. So let me know what city, what state, what country. I see Atlanta here. What's going on, Markeith? I see you. What's going on, the Pretty House guy? I see you. Let me know what city, what state, what country you are chiming in from. So if you're not familiar with the Daily Genius is a experiment that we're doing here in our Facebook group, Genius Nation, where I've committed to showing up for 365 days. We're on day number 204, where we've showed up every single day inside the nation. The nation is over 1,000 individuals that are committed to becoming a better version of themselves and creating a life that they love. If that sounds like you and you want to be a part of a community like that, please, after you watch this video, go over to Facebook and join Genius Nation. It's a free group where I just provide you with tips, tools, and strategies to inspire you, motivate you, and assist you in becoming a better version of yourself. So if you're on YouTube, right after this video, right after you subscribe and hit the notification, go over to Facebook, find Genius Nation. It's a link inside the description on YouTube where you can find it. Instagram, go over to Facebook and join the nation. We would love to have you. All right. So on Saturdays, if you've been rocking with us, you know on Saturday, what we like to do is our review day. So what we like to do is rewind, review, and repair. And what do I mean by rewind? We like to go all the way back to Monday and look and see if we did everything that we wanted to accomplish this week. So we rewind from Saturday, we rewind backwards, go to Monday, and see if we did everything. Did I do what I said I was going to do? That's the sum of it. Did I do what I said I was going to do? That's what we usually do on Saturdays. But today I want to take this opportunity because I believe one of the best teachers in life is somebody else's experiences. Let me say that again. One of the best teachers in life is someone else's experiences. So if we can learn, whether it's good, negative, or positive, if we can learn from somebody else's experiences, it can make our life extremely easier. So I want to share an experience that I went through, and every time I go through something like this, it gives me the opportunity to examine my house, examine my business, examine my life. What's that old adage, right? You don't know where the leaks are in the roof until it starts raining. When it's all sunny outside, you don't know where the leaks are. But when it starts to rain, that's when you find out where all the leaks are. So whenever we have some challenging times in our life or some obstacles come up, it gives us an opportunity to see where the holes are in our roof. So earlier this week, or literally last week, I had an experience that I want to walk you guys through that will help you in your lives. And this is all about, I titled this, Can You Afford to Be Sick? Can you afford to be sick? And I wasn't necessarily sick, but I'm going to share with you the experience that I had. So on last Friday, I chipped my tooth. Right here in the front, and I had a presentation. Coming up at the beginning of this week. So all Friday, Saturday, I'm scouring. I'm looking for a dentist that would be able to repair the chipped tooth literally in a day or so, because I had speaking engagements. I had 3 speaking engagements coming up this past week, and so as a public speaker, that's a part of your imagery. Didn't want to go up there with a chipped tooth. So I'm all day Friday, Saturday looking for a dentist that would be able to do that type of cosmetic work, fix the tooth, all that type of stuff. So I finally found the individual I was going to go to, the dentist that I was going to go to, but obviously because it was the weekend, I had to wait to Monday. If they were going to see me on Monday, if they couldn't get me in on Monday, latest by, Tuesday, because my speaking event started on Wednesday. So it got me to thinking, because number one, when things like this happen and pop up, are you prepared? So I like to, whenever we have these types of situations, I like to take this time to sit back and check the holes in my system. So because I'm an entrepreneur, I knew that I was going to Monday, Tuesday be trying to figure out this tooth situation and all that type of stuff. So I wasn't going to really be able to be maneuvering in my business, right? And so entrepreneurs, a lot of times, we're the ones that are doing it. And that's why I always teach our entrepreneurs, you want to build a genius business. What's a genius business? Number one, a genius business is a business that you're grateful for, you show gratitude for. Then it's the E. It's a business that you enjoy doing. The N is net profiting. I is innovative. U, it's unique. It's uniquely your business. But here's the real power. Here's the real power in a genius business. It's S, systemize. Systemize. And so because my business is systemized, me being away from the business wasn't going to stop. And so I want to ask you right now, I want you to think about this. If you, for any reason, had to leave your business today for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, could your business run and operate without you? If your business cannot run and operate without you, what you set up is a glorified job. That's what you set up. You haven't set up a business yet. You set up a glorified job. And when we were in corporate America or wherever we worked, if we didn't show up for work, we didn't get paid. Similar, that's where a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs find themselves. If they don't systemize their business, right? If they don't systemize it, then they're tied to the business. You're tied to the business. So once again, when we have these types of situations, when we get the flu, when we get COVID, whatever, it gives you an opportunity to really see how systemized your business is. How systemized your business is. And because I have systems in my business, I was able to concentrate and focus on what I needed to focus on, right? And that's getting better. In this situation, getting my tooth fixed. And so on Monday, I went in for the consultation. The dentist that was going to perform all the work, he was at his other location, so he couldn't see me until Tuesday. So I had to come back Tuesday. When I got there Tuesday, he was there. We had a talk. He says, "Hey, listen, yesterday when I was looking at your records, when I was looking at your x-rays, I thought I was going to be able to do this. We're not going to be able to do that. We thought we were going to be able to just replace the tooth, but we're not going to be able to quite do that because you don't have enough bone structure." All that's not important. Well, here's the thing. So he says, we're going to have to do this other procedure, and it's a lot more detailed. And so this other procedure ended up being a 5-hour surgery, right? So now, this is Tuesday. I got my event on Wednesday, and this is my mouth. I need my mouth. That's, a big part of 99% of the deal, right? And so the client is expecting me to come, money's been paid, all that kind of stuff. And so we went into this 5-hour surgery where they were able to do their thing and fix it. But once again, my whole thought about this is, if I had to be down for even longer than a day or longer than 2 or 3 days, would my business be able to operate? So I want us to use this opportunity, use the Dr. Will opportunity because the Bible says it like this: a prudent man sees trouble afar off and prepares. So another exercise that I like to do is what I call the war room. And this is, I learned this being in the military when we would get ready for maneuvers and we would get ready to get deployed. One of the things that we would do is sit down in what they call the war room. And in the war room, we would think about worst case scenarios. We would think about worst case, what literally is the worst thing. So let's look at us as entrepreneurs and business individuals. Let's say in your business, for one whole month, if you didn't make sales, what would happen to your business? If you didn't make sales for one whole month, what we 2 years ago, 4 years ago now, 4 years ago in 2020 went through a worldwide pandemic. How many of us thought that we would ever be faced with a worldwide pandemic? Right? Now, we may not be faced with a worldwide pandemic again, but your business per se, you may be hit with a personal pandemic where you're not able to work, or maybe you need to take care of a loved one and you don't want to be worrying about the business, and you don't want to be having to juggle worrying about your loved one and worrying about your business. And so let's start and take this time when everything, this, what we call the seas maybe in your life right now in business are calm. Let's take a moment to get in the war room. Let's take a moment to get to the war room. Let's say right now your website went down. How would that impact your business? And would you know who to contact if your website went down? What's the time frame to get your website up? For those of us who have these Facebook groups, right? I have had friends, countless friends, who have got locked out of their Facebook groups. I've had friends who have gotten their profile stolen, right? So if that happened to you, what would you do? What would you do if you lost your database, or is your email database backed up? Like literally, is it backed up? You know, for me, as I sit here on my laptop, I have these backed up devices where I back up all my files in case my laptop crashes. I don't just have the information on my laptop, I have it on my backed up files. How would you feel if you lost years? Like for me, it would be 20 years of information that if my laptop crashed and I lost, it would be gone. So whether you're using the cloud, whether you're using Google, whatever, do you have that backed up? And a lot of times we don't think about these things when things are going smooth. And so that's why you have to be intentional about having these war rooms, right? Your best, if you have employees, your best employee decides that they want to transition to another company. They don't want to work for your company anymore. What would you do? What if you have an employee that goes rogue? Right? A lot of us use VAs, and a lot of us, have people who handle our social media and all that type of stuff. What if one of them go rogue, lock you out of your social media? Then what are you going to do? So I want us to use this opportunity and ask ourselves, man, if I got sick, or if any of these things, I use the title sick, but it could be anything. So I want you to take some time this weekend to think about that, right? If I couldn't work for 3 days, if I couldn't work for 4 days, right? What if I've heard people that, they haven't went on vacation because, they feel if they walk away from the business, they're not going to be earning money. So once again, you just built a glorified job. So if you haven't thought about your systems in a little time, take this opportunity to think about your systems that you have in place, or systems that you don't have in place, and why the seas are calm. Start working on those things right now. Don't wait till a calamity happens. Don't wait till a tsunami happens. Don't wait till a pandemic happens. Start looking at your business right now. All right? Start looking at your business right now. What conversations do you need to have? For this, it got me thinking, and I'll let you guys go after this. If I wasn't able to fulfill my responsibility to my speaking engagements, are my contracts set up where do I have to pay that money back, or do we offer them another time for me to come and speak? You need to have that language in your contract. What happens if that happens? What happens if, you're flying somewhere and no fault of yours, but your flights get delayed or whatever and you can't get there and they want their money back? Are you prepared to do that? Are you prepared to give them their money back? I know, speaking from experiences, there were times in my businesses, man, that money is gone. You send me that money is gone. Now, if something happened and they wanted that money back, what situation? So what do you need to set up in your business, right? Moving forward, right? You may say one of the procedures in our business is we're not going to touch that money until we have fulfilled, if you like me and, I have clients that pay up front and they pay 50% up front and things like that. Maybe you put into procedure, hey, we're not going to touch that until the engagement is fulfilled and boom, we clear, right? That leaves us, boom. Maybe if you're working and you're selling products online and things like that, you're given a 30-day guarantee. And so now you put in a procedure, okay, we receive the money, but we're not going to touch the money until we've cleared that 30-day. These are all things that you want to think about before you need to think about it. And so that's going into the war room. That's going, as somebody said, that money long gone, huh? You send me that money long gone. You go into the war room and you start thinking about these things, and it just helps you prepare. So I'm not trying to scare you or anything like that. I just want you to be prepared. And so it's like week by week, maybe you pick one item to say, you know what, let me shore this up. This week, let me look at my contracts to make sure that I'm protected. Right? Let me make sure that I'm protected. Next week, maybe you're looking at your email systems or your CMRs that you deal with. Next week, maybe you're looking at what would happen. How would I communicate to my community if, what if Facebook decided to do something different? What if Facebook decided to say, you know what, you're the creator of this Facebook group, but we're going to charge you $1,000 to get access to it. If you don't pay us $1,000, you're not going to have access no more. And so now you spent years building this Facebook community up, and now you can't even get to them. What would you do? So let's start thinking about some of those things. Once again, I use how long can you afford to be sick, right? Think about that. Like literally, how long can you, that's how you kind of measure your wealth. Like literally, if another dollar came in today, how long could you go? Usually they say it like this, right? Make sure that you have 3 months of savings, so in case something happens, you can still operate. So if I don't have that, do I need to start working on that? Right? So I'm not stressed out. So literally, I can be sick if I need to be sick. Right? Does that make sense? So hope that helps you out. As I always tell you, go out there today, be your brilliant, amazing, genius self. Make someone else smile and laugh as you make yourself smile and laugh, and go out there and dominate. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the Daily Genius.